So what is your view on the Iran-USA-Israel situation right now overall?
I'm very worried. The United States has got military forces in Bahrain at the base there. They've got the fleet build-up, and they had the demonstration of ships going through the Straits of Hormuz last week. Israel is constantly making noises of threatening towards Iran, and there are some very disturbing incidents of bombing and assassinations that are going on in Iran at the present time of nuclear scientists and other people. Iran does have problems, does have human rights issues which must be addressed, and has a right to develop civil nuclear power. It does not have a right to develop nuclear weapons, and as I understand it, Iran remains a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which bans them from developing nuclear weapons, and the International Atomic Energy Authority inspectors have been in Iran several times. They had a very good meeting with the Iranian government last week. They're back again this week, and they have said there is no evidence of the existence of nuclear weapons. So you ask yourself the question, where does President Obama get his information from if the IAEA cannot confirm it? Likewise, the European Union and the British. I want to see peace. I don't want to see a war. I want to see a Middle East free of nuclear weapons. That means no nuclear weapons anywhere, including Israel.
Following what happened in Iraq, how would the UK government justify a war now on Iran?
I was in Parliament all through the build-up to the Iraq War. Indeed, I was in Parliament during the Iran-Iraq War of many years ago. 500,000 people died in the Iran-Iraq War all those years ago. There's been too much conflict and too much bloodshed lost. The Gulf War of 1991, when the American forces drove the Iraqi forces out of Kuwait and then invaded quite a lot of Iraq, then imposed sanctions which resulted in huge loss of life, particularly amongst children in Iraq. We then had what turned out to be complete lies by George Bush and others, that Iraq was developing weapons of mass destruction in 2002, and then the invasion took place in March 2003. We now know all of that we were told in 2002 was totally dishonest. The threats of the weapons of mass destruction, the threats to neighbouring countries, all those things were complete lies. It was used as a pretext for the invasion. It's beginning to feel a bit like the same kind of build-up now. Keep on talking about non-existent weapons as a way of justifying a military invasion. But I think the world has changed a bit since 2002, 2003. They've seen the effects of the invasion, they've seen the effects of the war, they've seen the destruction in Iraq, and I don't think people are going to wear it a second time. I've constantly raised the issue in British Parliament, I've written about it, and I'll carry on doing so because I'm desperate not to have another war. Too many people have died already.